Hello everybody, Killatia here, and today we are talking about the new Nintendo 3DS that was just released today on March 27th. As you can see right now, the case is pretty glossy and very reflective, unlike my last Nintendo handheld, the DSi. Well, the DSi is kind of glossy and flashy, but not as much as the 3DS. See what I mean? There are also a few other things different, at least on the outside, between the 3DS and the 3DI. First up being that there are two cameras for taking 3D pictures instead of one on the DSi. Also on the bottom, the headphone sets have been moved to the center, while on the DSi it more towards the right. Anyway, let's take a look at the back. Nothing too fancy. However, the dial slot for the 3DS is up top instead of being on the side. And for the cartridge slots, nothing too different. I think that the infrared port right there, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, before we open up the 3DS and look at the insides, let's take a look at the game cartridges real quick. Here's a 3DS game cartridge, and here the old school DS cartridge. As you can tell, they're about the same size, same weight, pretty much the same thing, only the 3DS cartridge has a little tab right here, so you can't slam your 3D games into your old DS system, which is probably a good idea because I would imagine the 3DS games pretty much destroying your DS, because the DS is nowhere as strong as the 3DS. Okay, now anyways, just a quick note, I am going to keep the 3D off right here, simply because, well, you can't really see 3D through the camera, but I can tell you right now, if you see the 3DS up close and personal, it is pretty sweet. Anyway, let's go ahead, turn it on. There we go. Now, as you can probably tell, let's zoom in a little bit. It is a little similar to how the DSi menu is set up, only I made it instead of one word, I made it two words instead. Hold on, let me grab its stylus off the back here. Okay, there we go. And you can rearrange it to this single slider too. This button right here, you can change power mode setting from off to on and change the brightness settings from 5 all the way down to 1. Okay, let's put it back to 4. Keep power saving mode up. And this is right here with notifications, letting you know of what happens. Okay, we got pedometer, play coins, tapping and sliding. Okay, nothing too interesting here, but something of interest. Okay, here, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's oh, your friends list. Yeah. Unlike in previous Nintendo consoles, where you have to have multiple different friend codes for multiple games, you only need one friend code for the 3DS, and all the games will read that same friend's code, so that's good. Okay, let's close that. And this pencil right here, let me get to it, right here, it does game notes. No, this is my first time looking at it actually. Use game notes. Here what it says up top. Use game notes to take notes while playing games or using other applications. Okay. No suspended hardware. Oh yeah, that's another unique thing about the 3DS. You can suspend your software on here. Okay, let me show you an example. Let's do Remaker right here. Zoom this back out a bit. I don't know why I had to zoom in the first place. And then you press the home button down here. And your software is suspended right here. Now you can either go back to the software through the resume button right here, or completely close it off. And we'll go back to the meme maker in just a second. Let's talk about things on here first. This came in a recent update for the 3DS, which was released actually a few days before the system was released. It's just a music video, nothing too fancy. Here's the games. Right now I have Rayman 3D. It'll hold me over until some of the more interesting games that I want will come out, like Star Fox 64 and Zelda Ocarina of Time. But Rayman 3D is definitely a classic platformer. 3DS camera pretty much plays the same as the DSi camera. Same thing for the 3DS sound. Same thing as DSi sound. Main difference is that you can actually do MP3s. Anyway, let's take a look at Remaker. This is what you do. This is where you go to make your own Miis on the 3DS. Yes, come on. And there's me. I don't believe them. They did not make me as ugly as I really am. Now anyways, there's a few different options here, but let's quickly show you how to make a new Mii real quick. Now you can do it from scratch or from the photo from your camera. Let's do it from photos again. Yes. Okay. Let's do male. And make me black this time. With creepy blue eyes. And with odd color hair. Let's see for hairstyle. Actually, let's make it black. There we go. Okay, some example of what to do when taking a picture. Okay, there we go. Now, excuse me, I'm going to take a quick picture real quick. Now we're going to create this ugly of a face into a black Mii. Wow. Yeah. Okay, let's hit next. You can make changes if you want, but I'm not, because that is funny. I'm gonna keep it right there. Go to next. Let's name him Joe. Right here. There we go. Welcome to my Mii, Joe. Hey, turn on me sharing and such. I don't think I'll be using that much, but why not? And there we go. 2 Mii so far. And let that get out of here. And close the software. And what else? Street Pass Mii Powered Plaza, I mean. It's not too bad, but it's only really useful for the Street Pass feature. Now what that is when you put your 3DS in sleep mode, it will create a wireless, what's the word I'm looking for? A wireless connection to any other 3DS in sleep mode, and will trade it will trade different data like Mii's, puzzle pieces, and in the case of Street Fighter 4 or Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition, do some sort of ghost fighting, I think. Okay, let's see what else we have here. AR games. Now, this is what you use. This is the application you use with the AR game cards. Now, I'm not going to show you how exactly you do this, but I am going to show you the AR game. So, give me 1 second while I go grab them. Now, the first card you're going to be using is this question mark right here to start up the AR games. But later on, you'll be able to use other AR cards like Mario, Kirby, Link, the Pikmin, and Samus Aran from all the good Metroid games. Okay. And we have Face Raiders. Not exactly what I call good, but it's decent for a free game. Health and safety information for your 3DS. Activity logs. That keeps a track of what you've been playing and such. Now let's see. Activity log. Oh no, did it for when you put your system into sleep mode and you walk around with it. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. Okay. Software library. Oh, okay, so it does record your 3DS games as well. Okay, I am still stupid. Anyways, nice selection of games we played so far. Anyways, let's get out of here. And download play works just like the way you expected from previous DS systems. And system settings. Now the system is going to be updated with new features, like for instance, its own web browser. Yes, it hasn't been enabled yet, but it is coming soon to a system update. Okay, now before we continue on, there's something I want to mention that I didn't mention before we turn it on. That is the layout of the system itself. Now the top screen, it actually has two LCD screens on top of one another to create the 3D effects. Like I said, I have it toned up because you're not going to see it on camera, but when you see it personally, it works well. The bottom screen has the same aspect ratio as previous DS systems, but it has a higher resolution. The controller button, the same layout, analog, same layout. They move the power button down here so you won't accidentally hit them. And like I mentioned, we have the home button right here, select and start. But the biggest improvement is the analog slider. So we can finally have 360 degree movements on our Nintendo handhelds. And let's end it by playing a quick game of Rayman 3D. Give me a look of how good the graphics are on the system. Okay, may not be the best example since it is a part of a 1999 platforming classic, but it should give you a little bit of what to expect. Now, one thing I'm disappointed about though is the unruly loading screen. You just don't expect that from a cartridge-based system like the 3DS. Okay. Go to title screen. Yes, we'll press start. English. Load. There we go. Get a little hot. There we go. As you can see, the graphics looks pretty good. Let's go into this one here, the Fairy Glade. Let's zoom in on the top screen a little bit. Okay, one's at a pretty smooth frame rate. The controls are good. And it does look exactly as I remembered on the Dreamcast so many years ago. Perhaps even better. Okay, I'm not gonna play this game a whole lot. I want to give you a quick look at it. Let's go on ahead and turn it off. Now when you turn it off, you can either put it in sleep mode or turn it off completely. Now what you can do in sleep mode is that every time you walk with it, you collect play coins to be used in Mii Plaza, and also use Street Pass, and get also a contest via Spot Pass. But we're gonna go on ahead and turn it off. Overall, I'm really quite impressed with the 3DS. I mean, yeah, the price tag of $250 is a tad more expensive than previous handhelds made by Nintendo. And the launch titles lineup is pretty weak. But I still say it's a very good handheld with huge potential. And I say it's definitely worth the $250. Anyway, this is Killatia signing off, and I hope to see you next time. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go turn on the AC because it's getting too hot in my room.